Hello, manifestors. Are you still manifesting that SP of yours? Well, maybe that's why you don't have him or her yet. So let's discuss this today. Let's understand why you don't have your SP right now and what you need to do instead if you do want to have them in your life. If you are new here, please subscribe, like the video if you liked it, comment and share so more people like you can finally manifest their SP and anything else that they want and become master manifestors. So guys, the first question that I have for you is that do you really want to manifest your SP? Because if you do, there are a few things that you must stop doing. Number one, if you really want to manifest your SP, you must stop telling the old story. Because I see that every day and several times a day. You guys keep on telling the old story in one way or another. You can't fool the law, guys. You can fool yourself. You can fool your little separate self, your rational mind. Yeah, you can fool that all day long if you want. But the law, you can't fool it. The law is a mirror of who you are. That's why Neville said that you attract what you are, not what you want. So if you are telling the old story, that's what you are. That's what you believe in. You believe in the old story. So what you want with your little rational mind doesn't really matter, does it? Because you are going to manifest what you are, not what you want, as long as what you want is the opposite of what you are. So think about it. Let me give you a very true-to-life example, and you'll understand what you're doing. When you write to me or tell me your old story, what needs to happen before? Well, you need to be, first of all, in the state of, I don't have my person. All right, so right then and there, in order for you to construct your email or what you are going to tell me about the old story and what the SP did and what they didn't do, you have to be in the state of, I don't have them. And you have to be in the state of reacting to the 3D. And as long as you are in those states, you are in the state of not having and the state of reacting from not having, do you think that you are on your way to manifest that SP of yours? Not at all. You're not. You simply not. And that's why you don't have them. A client was telling me yesterday that she has a hard time to be in the state of her desire, to feel that it's hers. But don't fool yourself, guys. You are always in a state. You don't have any trouble to be in a state. You just have apparently some trouble being in the state that you want to be in. But you are always in a state. You're never out of a state. You are in some state or another. And as long as you dwell in that complete opposite state of the state that you want to be in, when it comes to I want to be married, I want to be in a relationship, but day in and day out you are in an opposite state, you are not in your relationship, you're not married, you don't have your person, well, guess what? You won't. So guys, remember that you are always in a state. Right now, as you are listening to this, you are in a state. And if you are listening to this, you are most probably in the state of not having your specific person. Another thing that you must stop doing from now on. It's very subtle, but trust me, you must stop doing this. It's using the term manifesting my SP. I am manifesting my SP. Writing it down, telling it to me, telling it to anyone who can hear it in the manifesting community. As long as you are manifesting your SP, what does that mean? It means you don't have them. And again, you may fool your rational mind. Apparently, you are fooling it big time when you're using the term I'm manifesting my SP, right? But you're not fooling the law. By law, it means, again, when you are using this term, I'm manifesting my SP, it means that you're not in the state of being with them. Will you use this term, I'm manifesting my SP, the day you are with them? No, you won't use that term anymore, will you? So stop using that term. It's very subtle, but every time you're saying it, you're writing it, it implies big time that you don't have them. You're not in a relationship. And more importantly, guys, and this is why I wanted to make this whole video to start with, you don't want your SP. What do I mean by this? Do you want that person who dumped you? Do you want that person who left you in the cold? Do you want that person who doesn't care about you right now? Do you want that person that is acting as if you didn't exist right now? Ask yourself the question truthfully. Do you want that person? No, you don't want that person. And if you truly want that version of that person, that version of your SP, it means that you really, really haven't worked on your self-concept. By the way, if you want to understand what self-concept is and how to transform your self-concept, how to change your self-concept, check my video up here. I wanted to make this video because there is someone in my Facebook group, one of the admins, who manifested her SP after a couple of years. And that was an ex, as many of you. And that's totally fine, right? That's totally fine to want to manifest an ex. But she herself did say something very interesting in one of the videos that she posted, one of the lives she did after having manifested her SP. She made a few posts and lives on our Facebook group. And she said that you don't want that person that dumped you. You don't want the version of that person. Of course you don't. Is that the person you want to bring back into your life? The person who left you? The person who discarded you? Of course not. Answer the question truthfully. Do I want the person that left me, that doesn't care about me? Do I want that person? Of course you don't want that person, right? Because if you did, let's say you manifest that person, that version of that person back, and you haven't worked on your self-concept at all, what would happen? Well, whether it's that person or another, the same scenario would happen. Trust me, I've been there and done that. If you don't work on your self-concept, whether you manifest the same person back or another, the same pattern would happen again and again. So it is not that person that you want back. And if you keep on telling the old story though, this is the person you are going to bring back. If you ever bring them back while telling yourself the old story over and over, and I know some people have done that, what happens? Well, that person will still be hot and cold, and eventually that person leaves them again. So when you manifest your SP back, you have to drop completely the old story. And here I'm going to use someone's comment on my Facebook group again, because what she said is so very true, and she came to the realization of that on her own. And if she can, you can too, right? But if you can't, this video is meant to help you to get there. This is what she's saying. I had some realizations today that I want to share. Maybe it will be useful for someone. I was a bit off today, feeling not so excited for my manifestation. It's been mostly neutral these days, as I know that I've done the work, and it is just natural to know it's fine. And at lunchtime, some thoughts on time started bothering me and throwing me off my desired state. I couldn't get a grip on it, so I finally surrendered and intended that I want to know the answer of how I can relax about this time thing. A couple of hours later, it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I wrote in my previous post that when we manifest someone back, it's never the same person. And she mentioned the name of the person I referred to earlier in this video. Has the video that perfectly explains that also. It will be a new person. Hence, SP who is an X is not an X in this manifestation. Because if we live in the end and see them as the person we want them to be, it is not an X with their previous traits, states, etc. Breakup is a circumstance. If we don't put our awareness on breakup, but on our desired result, state, living in the end, breakup doesn't exist in the state of the wish fulfilled. It has no choice but to disappear. With this, the pressure of time decreases because we manifest a new person anyway. So why put attention on time when we can just enjoy the love that we feel for this person, knowing that sooner rather than later we got it in external, because internal has no choice but to reflect back on us? So you see how this person realized, first of all, how did that happen? Well, instead of getting herself led by her thoughts, she stopped there and decided to relax and understand this time thing. And interestingly, she got a revelation. By taking the lead, by being the operant power rather than the victim, she got a revelation. She completely understood that anyhow, that breakup that happened, it's just a circumstance. And in order to manifest that SP back, we don't want any longer put our awareness on that circumstance. Because if we did, we keep on recreating that breakup and that person who broke up with us. But when we detach from that circumstance, we detach from the breakup, we realize that we are actually not manifesting an X anymore. We are manifesting a completely new person. The person that loves us, the person who would never leave us, the person who realizes that we are meant to be with them. And that changes the game completely. And that really kills off that time thing. Because if you start counting the time between the time that person left you and now, wow, you are only expanding that time. But when you drop the old circumstance, the breakup, you drop it all, you just let it go forever. And you manifest a new version of that person. There's no breakup story anymore. And that time thing disappears. Because now you live in the end of manifesting that new person that loves you. You live in the end of it. And by living in the end alone, you completely drop the time thing. Because time is an illusion. And you can be now what you want to be. There is only one now. And if now you are who you don't want to be, that's your choice. You have chosen to be now the person you don't want to be. But when you choose now to be the person who you want to be, inside, in your imagination and in your feelings, as she says here, the external world has no choice but to reflect that. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful. Actually, I intend that it was helpful because I know it was. If you have to watch it again, please do. You might need to. By the way, guys, if you truly want to understand this law once and for all, the law that will change your whole life, not just manifesting an SP, I encourage you to join my VIP membership Facebook group, because we are starting, and for the whole month of February, a workshop titled Understanding the Law of Assumption 101. If you still don't understand this law and don't know how to use it, please join the group. It's only $39 for a whole month. You're gonna have the best law of assumption course for just 39 bucks, plus you're gonna have the chance to get on my lives every Wednesday. So there is the invitation. It's up to you. I'll put the link to join down below in the description and also pinned in the first comment. Look what a couple of members are saying. So everyone, come to the VIP group. Don't let money be an obstacle to hold you back from this life-changing workshop. And here's another one. I will also recommend to join the VIP group. It's a great group to learn and great group of people there. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.